We back.
Well, clearly a big win for you. I know one that was important, and you've had a little bit of time to process it. I'm sure you'll go back and watch it and all that. But as you're sitting there now, how do you feel about the performance tonight?
I feel pretty great. I showed everything that I wanted to show. I heard that she was the better wrestler, and I got to show that I'm the better wrestler. And she's really tough, So I obviously was going out for the finish, and I did not get that, but I definitely dominated, and I'm happy with the win.
I was actually surprised with how much grappling you did tonight. I assumed you'd want to stay out of that with her. So I guess, was that just because of how things played out, or did you go in there thinking, no, I'm going to grapple a little bit and prove a point?
No, I was going to go out there and do whatever happened. I know that I'm the better fighter. I was going to be dominating the striking, dominating the wrestling, dominating the grappling. And I was definitely I had way more strength than she did. And I felt that once I got in the clinch. But yeah, no, I'm happy with it no matter what. I got to showcase how much wrestling and how much grappling I can do. From defenses, I know she threw up an armbar, was able to defend that and end up on top. And then, continue to put the pressure on and all of that from there.
I saw a lot of people praising, seeing that we see this hungry Maycee back, this aggressive Maycee back that maybe we hadn't seen. Do you feel that was there tonight? And what was it that got that back?
I do, I feel like that was something that I've always had that fire in me. I've always wanted to be I'm going to go out here and dominate, finish, and beat these girls up and walk through and wreck them. Obviously, tearing my leg, tearing my ACL, and then taking a loss. Sometimes your light gets dim a little bit. But sometimes my mom sent me a post. She's like, when it gets dark, that's when stars shine the brightest. So. I definitely got to reignite that light and let it shine tonight. And the old me that was, it never left. It was just a little bit hidden, but it's definitely starting to shine through a lot more now.
Is it funny to say the old you considering your age?
I know, I'm 23. I'm yeah, the old me.
Back when I was 21.
Back when I was,
The hug afterwards. I guess who was that number one? And I guess tell us about that moment.
To be honest, I wanted it to be my mom, but they didn't get to be out here. They were going to drive out from Colorado, and they got hit with a snowstorm at 3 a.m., so they did not get to drive out. I had all the tickets. Dana hooked me up with some tickets to be able to have them here, and I didn't get to have them here, but that was the next person that would be the closest to being a mother to me, and that's Sherry Riley. She is my high-performance life coach, and she is a mentor. She is my second mother. She is honestly the angel that has been to my life and has impacted me. I might cry. She has impacted me in so many ways. And I will never stop sharing that with everybody because it's as many times as everybody's going to be yeah, we get it. You love these people. But until you have gone through, the ups and downs and the things I've experienced in my life, you'll never understand how impactful this woman has been on my life. And I'm very thankful for Eric Thomas, who introduced me to her and brought such an angel to my life.
That's awesome. And I guess, not to go too far into it, but is it just about, helping you deal with maybe the doubt that might have crept in with everything that you were dealing with? And, I know you've had to face, abundant negativity on social media and stuff like that.
I don't read that.
Good.
I don't read that. We're good.
But is that...
No negativity, I'm good.
So, is that what it's... because it seems like it's a life-changing thing. Is that what it is? Is self-belief and that?
No, I know I'm going to be the best in the world. It's just, sometimes things get a little bit more difficult, There's, like you said, I'm not old. I'm 23. So I grew up in the UFC, basically, I've had... this is my 13th fight. And I had one amateur fight, and then I went to pro, and my whole goal was to get to the UFC. So I knew that going through LFA and going through the Contender Series was to get to the UFC. So it's putting a bunch of pressure on myself. So I literally, as soon as I got to the UFC, that was my first ever injury. That was my first ever loss, my first ever concussion. So I had to learn all of that on the biggest stage in the entire world. And I did back when I fought Alexa and when I hurt my knee and all that, yeah, I read comments. I did. And that's what I learned. My dad taught me that. He's don't read below the line. And after that, I took it to heart. I don't read below the line. I post and I forget about it because there is a lot of hate in this world, but I feel like most of the people that shine the hate are the people that are dealing with stuff internally, and that's why I feel like they need exponential living in their life. They need something happy. So for me, no. I mean, there was a lot of negativity at first, but we on a different level now. We're going different places.
That's awesome. Last thing for me, I know you said you didn't really have a name necessarily in mind, and you'll trust the UFC and your team, but I guess, what do you see your path now at this point? I mean, is it, hey, we got to jump in and contend as quickly as possible, or is it like, hey, let's develop a little bit. We are just 23 years old. We got time. Like, what do you see as your path from here?
I tried to live my life by that quote, shoot for the moon, even if you miss, you'll land among the stars. So when I first got to the UFC, I was 20 years old. I'm like, let's go for the youngest champion. Obviously, we have passed that date. I am 23. I will be 24 in May. So rather than pressuring myself and being like, let's go as fast as we can to the best, I'm going to be the best. But how I get there, I'm going to enjoy every moment of this journey, and I'm going to make sure I don't skip steps. I make sure I don't pressure myself into, taking a chance that I shouldn't take. But at the same time, I have never turned down a fight. Every opponent that they have ever offered me, I've said yes to. And that's throughout my entire career. I've never said no. So every girl that I've fought and have beat or lost to, I feel like that's part of my process, and it's part of the journey, and I know that there's a reason. And I do trust the UFC in that sense, because they haven't given me something I can't handle yet, And I'm very thankful for that, and thankful for the opportunity. So we're going to see what's next.
Hi, Maycee.
Hi.
I noticed you have something written on your hand. I was wondering if you could kind of tell us what that, on the other hand. Oh, again, unless
I have
you have
a
it
lot.
both. Oh, okay. Can you tell us what?
So before every fight, I kind of, I like to put on my hands what, like is going through my heart, going through my mind. 10-2, that's my record now. I have a Psalm 18:34. It's a Bible verse about God blessing your hands, preparing them for battle, preparing them for war. I have beep cancer, because I try not to swear too much. And this is for Angie, Coach Joey Rodriguez. I know that everybody's heard a lot about Angie and her situation with being sick right now. And instead of asking people to continue to support, I wanted to thank everyone who has already supported, because I know that Mike Malott fought recently, and he already told everybody about, how she's fighting a tough battle right now. And there's a GoFundMe, there is, so anybody who wants to donate can donate. But I feel like the MMA community has been able to just show how incredible we are, like being able to support, being able to come together, even though, we're fighting each other, but then everybody's coming together to fight the true fight, and that's helping people who need help when they need it. So yeah.
Is that the person that you, right after you won, I noticed you pointed towards your wrist. Is that who you were speaking about?
Yeah, I was talking about Angie. I really, we all wanted Joey in our corner. But right now we got to be in his, we got to be in Angie's corner, and that's what we're doing. So, yeah, I tried to do the purple in my hair because that's the awareness color for lymphoma. And, yeah, I just tried to really support as much as I can and show some love.
Thank you.
Yeah.
I know you said you didn't want to put too much pressure on yourself and you didn't want to rush to the top, or you wanted to, methodically go forward. But that being said, when you say you'll take whoever they throw your way, isn't there some part of you that wants to sort of plan that out and not let them put something that maybe makes more sense for them as opposed to for you, that makes a fight that seems better for you than what they might want to throw out at you?
I feel like what's better for them is for me to continue to be successful. Like they're trying to build someone up, and I'm going to be someone that they're building up. So, the answer to that is a yes and no question, because I know that I have a team behind me and people who are going to help me answer when that opponent comes. But at the same time, like I've said, they've never given me something I can't handle. And at the same time, I know that there is a plan on how to build someone. build a career, build a star, and that's me. I'm coming up, and I'm going to continue to build, and I'm going to continue to rise. And if something isn't smart at the time, I will let my coaches and everybody decide that together. But that's not something I'm going to be like, yeah, no.
And
I'm a fighter. We take fights.
And I guess this is sort of a two-part question. As you start having success again, when you first came on the scene, you were thrust, like you said, you started your career practically in the UFC. It could be very easy for someone to get a big head, right from the get-go. So I guess in the two-part, if you looked at yourself when you first came in, do you feel much more humble now? Would you, if you saw the Maycee back then, would you just say, whoa, calm down, Maycee, slow down? Or you would have been, or did you feel like, no, I liked what I saw myself doing back then?
I will not laugh at your question, but I'm going to laugh at your question. No, I would not go back and change anything about who I am. I am still the same person that walked in that way. I'm still the same person that's going to continue to do that. I believe in myself. I know I'm going to be a champion. I know I'm going to wreck these girls. And it's just taking the time to work through all of the things and learning all the techniques that I need to learn. But at the end of the day, I know that I can fight, and I know that I have the heart of a champion, and I'm going to beat all of these girls.
And I guess the second part of the question.
There's your answer.
When it does get to the point where you want somebody to kind of help, I mean, I guess who helps to keep you grounded? Do you find that in religion? Do you find that in your team? When it gets to the point when success starts coming your way, how do you stay grounded, and who does the job of keeping you grounded and keeping you focused?
I feel like that's a lot of people. I feel like that's the team. I feel like that's my family. My mom, my dad, my brothers, my sisters, my niece that was just born, like all of my family. And then it's also Sherry, Riley, Eric, Thomas. They've taught me a lot. And it's a combination of everybody, But at the same time, I know where my heart is, and I know where I'm going to go. And the whole reason why I'm fighting the way I'm fighting is because I have a why, and that why is bigger than me. That why is bigger than anything I could ever achieve. And the whole goal for this career that I have is not just to achieve gold, but it's to build a platform so I can become a voice for other women and other girls and other people going through, tough times, to be able to come out and be like, I've been in a bad position, and you can do so many incredible things with your life. And that's the goal. And so that's what keeps me grounded, is my why.
And then lastly, did you get a chance to talk to your niece either right before, or have you talked to her afterwards?
I haven't. She was just born 5 days ago.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so I'm going to fly out on Monday to go meet her.
Awesome.
Yep.
Congratulations.
Thank you.